Okay, this poem is called Journey of a Poet. Took me a while to find it. I began my long, tireless journey back to the place I happened to call home. Walking down the streets of Central Phoenix, coming from the Willow House where I read my poem. It was by all means worth it, the privilege to hear other poets read, shedding some insight on my poetic side, giving the encouragement I so desperately need. Block after block, mile after mile, I continued steadily on my way, keeping my body in the glare of the light to ensure I make it home okay. I began to recall various words that were said by individuals complimenting my style, thinking to myself, these pros have to be kidding. Compared to their poetry, mine's that of a child. As the miles grow short, I was almost home. Ever so thankful my house was in sight. Next Thursday, I will prepare to do it again, leaving half this poetry to make my load light. And that was entitled Journey of a Poet. It was interesting. I wrote that. I think I had been to the Willow House like maybe 4 or 5 times before I wrote that poem. But I wanted to write a poem as a tribute to them because I knew I was leaving town, or either I wasn't going to be able to come or something. I think I was leaving town. But I wrote a poem, a tribute to them, giving them sort of like, as you hear the poem, you know what I mean. But that's exactly what I was doing. I was walking. No, I would take the bus to go to the Willow House on 3rd Avenue or 3rd Street and McDowell, I think, or something like that. Anyway, if you know anything about Phoenix, Arizona, you know Phoenix, Arizona is a very, very big place. Anyway, the buses stopped running at a certain time, so it was either catch the bus back and not read, or find a way back by someone driving me or walking back. And the majority of the time, I'm talking about the majority, I walked back. I probably walked that distance. I'm talking about 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. It was a lot of miles. A lot of miles. I'm going to have to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find out how many miles it was that I walked from that point. Because, see, I put it this way. Between each street, there's a mile between each of those corner streets. That's what I'm told. And it feels like it, but that's okay. Okay, anyway, it's supposed to be a mile between each street, major street. And I was going from 3rd Avenue, excuse me. It was Central, between Central and 1st, 2nd Avenue, something like that. Street, I think street. Okay, I was leaving from there, going back to 16th Street. So that's from, say, 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And each one of those was a hike to walk, So each one of those, then I went to, when I'm at 16th Street, and I'm on McDowell, I think it was McDowell, and I'm going all the way down past streets, nothing but streets. McDowell, you got Washington, Lincoln, let's see, Southern, Rozier, Broadway, Van Buren, Buckeye. Anyway, I'm going down these streets all the way, going right back, because I got to 16th Street, going all the way back to Southern, which is right next to Baseline. They're not next to each other, believe me. They're like a mile apart. But from Southern going to Baseline, very long distance. But the Church of Christ was in between there, and I was living on the Church of Christ grounds. And so I was living in a trailer there, and I would walk that distance. Yes, I would walk that distance. But and I did that countless times. I mean, I don't know how many times. Over 10 times, I'll put it that way. And there we go. Yeah, that's just to be generous. But that poem was entitled Journey of a Poet. Okay, another poem title, Where You're Going. I think this is going to be a trip. Where You're Going. Shall return with Where You're Going.